So my name is Petra and I'm a managing director of the Blockhouse Technology Limited in Luxembourg. What we do, we're incorporating latest research in cryptography and system security into modern products to secure your digital assets, data, or any kind of business critical transaction. In 2020, when I moved to Luxembourg and I brought TBTL to Luxembourg, it was definitely one of the most difficult or challenging moments in my career because I switched from 100% technical role to 100% leadership role, and I was really not ready for it. But when they put you in the water, you learn to swim, and this is what happened. It was extremely challenging in terms of accommodating to a new environment, uh, navigating a new compliance landscape, and navigating a completely new market, at least for me. And in those terms, it was really helpful to have the support of the community, the support of Loft, and support of my colleagues and my management. When you work in tech, not every day is sunshines and rainbows. It's, uh, it's difficult when you're building a software which is live and it's mission critical for many companies. So your head is always on the plate. And if something doesn't work, they call you. And they call you during the night and they call you during the day, during lunch. Oh, this doesn't work. And you immediately have to jump on it and try to fix it as much as you can, as fast as you can. And that's really difficult and that's challenging. But luckily, with transitioning from less technical roles to more business roles, those kind of incidents became less frequent for me, of course. My biggest accomplishment in the career was actually bringing TBTL here to Luxembourg because I think it's a great market to build innovative services, especially for financial industry. And this is one of our key strategies or our key future achievements we want to have. This is why I think this was the biggest achievement. But in terms of my personal achievements, I think it was to conquer my fears of being a face of the company and conquer the fear of just talking to computers and more talking to people. I believe in a dialogue and discussion because even the most proven concepts during discussions tend to be debunked or they find alternatives in terms of better solutions and better ideas. This is why I believe discussions are extremely important, and I usually want to gather everyone around the same table, no matter whether they're coming from a business part or they're coming from purely tech part, because everyone can contribute to the discussion. That's for sure. Secondly, you need to empower people in a sense to give them opportunity to participate in not the decision making but in the processes within the company, and you should always motivate your employees to participate and encourage them even if they do a mistake. The mistake is not final. All of us do 500 mistakes every day, but the question is what is your standpoint towards the mistake? Do you think it's able to correct it? If yes, how are we going to correct it? And this is how you learn. And this is the fundamental thing for every collective. So embracing the fact that we all can make mistakes, but not judging someone because of the mistake and trying to find a solution that everyone can benefit from it in the end. Again, great question, because when I started working in a tech company as a software development intern and I was 23 years old, I was the only woman at the whole floor. So I felt really intimidated because those were mostly men oriented professions, and in all of the meetings, in all of the rooms, everyone was male. So it was quite difficult for me as an intern to fit in. And I always had to prove myself more, that I'm capable of things and that I'm competent enough uh, towards my male counterpart colleagues, let's say. But I think everyone should be judged based on their professional success and based on their capabilities, whether that's reasoning, ideas, thinking, whatever of those, and based on their achievements. So I was always very motivated, not to prove myself, but to prove that I'm worth equally or maybe even more than my male colleagues. So, my advice or my suggestion would be is to own your own expertise. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone, and you should stand behind what you think and what you believe in, and behind your achievements as well. And little by little, to discussing with your colleagues, mentors, and other interesting people in your life, you could build a network of potential mentors, partners, or people who can influence the progress of your career. This is important, but I'd say that you should own your own value and stand behind who you are, and don't be afraid to reach further than you think you should. This is always like the topic of glass ceiling when discussing women in tech, that maybe you shouldn't because you're not qualified enough, you're not smart enough, you don't have a logic brain, but you should. Like the first programmers were women anyways, like Grace Hopper, like the admiral from US Army. She was one of the first programmers ever. So